Welcome to Swoop Podcast, and here are your hosts, Dante Fantuzzi and Josh Sanchez.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Swoop Podcast. It's your guest for the night, Dante Fantuzzi. I'm here with my partner,
Josh Sanchez.
And a developing story that was just released this morning, very, very sad. Arron Hernandez killed himself this morning, and the prison he was at, I believe, is in Boston, or in Massachusetts. One of the two.
Bro,
Boston is in Massachusetts. But I mean,
real quick,
I'm not too sure if it was in Massachusetts, the city of
quick.
Massachusetts, or the state of the city of Boston with the state of Massachusetts. I'm sorry, I'm getting myself all confused.
Bro, real quick. First off, we just got back after a long break.
Mm-hmm.
You immediately just jump into a topic. How was your break, real quick, bro?
I apologize. My break was very well.
We're just coming back off of Easter break, so there's a little rust in there.
Easter break was good. Spent a lot of time with my family. I spent a lot. Every day I worked except for the day. Today I came back. But Easter break was pretty good. I went to go see Fate of the Furious.
Oh, that was a great movie.
A great movie. Left a couple people in tears, I can say. It didn't leave me in tears. I had to snuff. I had to, you know what I'm saying? Had to pull them back up real quick. But it was a great weekend. I can't complain.
All right, I just wanted to just get that a little bit out of the way, and now we're ready to talk about Arron Hernandez.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on it, Josh?
Bill Belichick had an interview last week about the whole Arron Hernandez situation, and he said that, in one word, a tragedy. And in my eyes, I agree with Bill Belichick. It is a tragedy, and I believe the whole process was just a long process. Like, he went from being a star tight end in Florida, winning a title with Tim Tebow, to going into the NFL, playing in a Super Bowl with the Patriots. And him and Gronk were like the best tag team tight ends in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then to lose all of that with this trial and this murder case. It's just a huge tragedy. And prayers are out to his family. Prayers are out to the other guy's family. And this whole situation, I just think we just need to find out a way to clear everything out and just move on from this situation. No more talking about Arron Hernandez and stuff like that. Because, again, I just think it's a huge tragedy. And we've seen a lot of tragedies in the sports world this weekend with Isaiah Thomas's sister.
Yeah.
And the
Facebook killer.
The Facebook killer.
Yeah.
It's just been.
It's been. It was a great weekend, but it was also a tragic weekend. Like, we had the whole Arron Hernandez thing. This morning. Then we heard Sunday morning about. Was it Sunday morning or Saturday morning? Well, over the weekend, we heard about Isaiah Thomas's sister.
Oh, yeah,
she was killed in a car accident. And then, you know, the guy who went live on Facebook and just killed that poor old man for no reason. Like, it was just unnecessary for him to do that. But may that man rest in peace. May Isaiah Thomas's sister rest in peace, and may Arron Hernandez rest in peace. My condolences go out to all their families. My prayers go out to all of their families. And I just, like, the person I feel bad for the most in this situation is his daughter, Arron Hernandez's daughter. I think she's 4 years old.
Yep, only 4.
And she's just going to have to grow up without a daddy now. So, I mean, worst case scenario was, you know, Arron Hernandez, pretty much she really wasn't going to grow up without him. But we never knew. One thing I did find out today was that when they say life in prison, it's 25 years. And that was something you learn something new every day.
Yes.
So I learned this today, that when they say life, it's only 25 years. And the reason why they say life, will give it life instead of 25 years, is because we really don't expect anybody to live to serve all 25 years in jail. Like, you know, anything can happen in jail, and nine times out of 10, you're not going to survive all 25 years in jail. So that was that. But, you know, I believe the situation was played out for so long. And, I mean, I've never been in jail before, so I really wouldn't know. But, you know, from what I hear is that you're kind of like, you just sit in jail and think about everything that you've done. And this trial was played out for so long that I'm pretty sure it just ate up his mind and probably caused depression after so long that he just decided to do this. I mean, I'm a firm believer that you don't do something like this. You know, I really wish that Arron Hernandez would have really sought for help and try and find some type of help instead of doing this. But I mean, he did it. It's sad. From what I also read and heard, that he blocked his cell with things so the guards don't come in and, you know, do what they, you know, really save his life. And it's just a sad story.
It's a very sad story. And it's crazy because this weekend we've had the NBA playoffs.
Yes.
A lot of stuff. Easter Sunday, family.
Good Friday. Good Friday. So it was just sad.
So let's move on and let's talk about the biggest thing that's happened this weekend, which is the NBA
playoffs.
And I just want to ask you a question because the Chicago Bulls are up 2-0 against the Celtics. And I know coming in, I believe you predicted the Bulls to win, like off air.
Yeah, off air, I definitely predicted them to win, and I also made a bet.
I just want to know your opinion on it. Yeah,
I also made a bet with somebody that I know, my cousin. He took the Celtics. I was talking to him, you know, and we was talking about the playoffs, and I'm like, listen, bro, like, my biggest upset is the Bulls being the Celtics in 7. And he says, how can that be? Like, the Bulls are, the Celtics are the number 1 seed in the East, and et cetera. But I'm like, listen, Rondo and Wade in the playoffs, they just take their game to a whole nother level. And Jimmy Butler has been Jimmy Buckets. Literally, Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets.
I mean, hey. So I took them to win in 7. Hopefully they can get it done before 7. Try and get my $20 by then. And then we could just call it a great day and move on with everything. But overall view, how do you feel about the playoffs so far?
So far with the playoffs, I mean, we have seen... I'm pretty much, like, so far, besides the Bulls series and the Pacers game 1, I've pretty much, like, expected a lot of things to happen. Like, I expected the Rockets to come out firing game 1, which happened. Even though right now Westbrook is balling right now as we speak in game 2.
Yes, he has.
And we knew the Wizards are better than the Hawks, so we know the Wizards are gonna handle their business. The Warriors, same thing, even though I was surprised on how Portland played, especially without Nurkic out of... Because the Trailblazers are 16-6 when he plays. And they just need to get him back on the court pronto if they're going to win this series. They played really good. McCollum had 28 at the half. And their backcourt really took it to Steph and Clay. It was just Durant and Draymond Green were just too much for the Trailblazers. Draymond Green made a statement for Defensive Player of the Year game 1, in my opinion. And the other series, I off the top of my head, the Cavs and Pacers, I can just tell the Pacers, they're just missing that one key piece other than Paul George. Paul George is balling. Every game is close so far. The 2 games have been very close.
Oh, Josh, you had to bring that up. Oh, you had to bring that up.
Lance Stevenson is back.
Man.
Lance Stevenson is back.
I can totally see where you're coming from that, but Paul George is a superstar. So in game 1, you know, he was absolutely right. You're the superstar. You have to take the last shot. Game 2, Lance Stevenson couldn't control himself through the game. And, you know, the last 2 games, he's made it known, and I believe the media is just trying to make him seem like he's wrong for saying it or, like, make him look like the bad guy, which it upsets me because he's my favorite player, and he doesn't come off as that type of person, you know, so it kind of upsets me in that point. But, I mean, Paul George and LeBron, from recent history, they go at it every time they meet in the playoffs. When he was with the Heat, They went to 7 games the first time they played. Then obviously the Heat won. Then the second, and the year after that, they went to 6 games against LeBron, the Pacers, and the Heat. The Heat obviously won again, and now it's like their third time meeting in the playoffs. And I'm expecting them to go 7 games. I believe the Pacers are gonna come now that they're home. They're gonna come back and probably win the next 2, and then go 1-1-1. So I mean, but then again, like, I just want the Pacers to win.
You want the Pacers to win?
I want the Pacers to win. So I really doubt it. I mean, because it's LeBron, and LeBron just doesn't lose. And from recent history, we could tell 6 years straight into the finals. So,
and LeBron's teams, when they take a 2-0 series lead, are, I believe, 16-0. So, when
Thank
LeBron
you.
James
I really
has
needed
a lead,
that.
I'm sorry.
I really needed.
I just
really
gotta throw that
needed
fact
Joshua.
in there.
I really needed
But
that.
the Pacers have played them tough, and if C.J. Miles just makes that shot, we're having a whole different conversation right now. Whole different conversation.
No, can we please change the subject, please?
All right, we're gonna change the subject.
Well, we don't have to change the subject, but can we not?
Yeah,
please
like
talk
the
about
NBA
that?
playoffs. Yeah, I got you.
My Pacers.
And the Wizards did win 109-101, so they have a 2-0 series lead against the Hawks. Like,
I don't have any respect for the Hawks, to be honest with you.
me either. I don't
have any respect for them. Like, I mean, they have my respect to the point where, they made it to the playoffs without a real superstar talent, but I just don't respect them enough to actually do something with them going to the. With them going to the playoffs.
And real quick, just moving on, do you think the Clippers and Raptors hang on and win their first round series?
Yes. I do. No, not the Raptors though.
The Raptors,
Clippers,
no.
yes, but the Raptors, no. I don't believe I don't believe in the Raptors in the playoffs. I believe they've gotten all this hype with the trade of Ibaka, and then just fold like they do every year. But it's just something about Antetokounmpo. It starts from his name to his game. From his name to the game, then the game to the name. He's like I said in the previous podcast. Give him a couple of years, he will be the best player on this earth.
I like the sound of that.
LeBron 2.0.
Freak.
From LeBron 2.0. The traits, the talent is there, if you ask me. The character is there. They play just alike, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
They play just alike. Antetokounmpo could just shoot better. Because, when I say shoot better, if you compare, the field goal percentage from LeBron's age to Antetokounmpo's age, comparing their same age, I believe he's a better shooter.
Not by much, but a little bit.
Better shooter's a better shooter. And I just think
by
that...
0.02%?
If it's there, it's there. Hey, I'm living my 0.02%. But I like Antetokounmpo, and I really like his game, and I see a lot of traits in him that I see in LeBron. And I just think that in a couple years, everybody's going to be like, hey, you said that. Yeah, I know I said that. Antetokounmpo will be the best player on this earth in a couple years.
I hope he does, because you called it.
I hope so, man. I like his game a lot.
Do you want to talk about anything else with the NBA playoffs, or are you ready to move on to...
What matchup are you excited for?
And the future, or right now?
For right now.
For right now, I want to see what the Celtics can do now. Now all the pressure is on you. You're the number 1 seed. You got to prove to everyone why you're the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I agree with what you said last podcast. You were talking about playoff basketball is all about matchups, which I agree. In every form of playoff basketball, college, NBA, even in high school, it's all about matchups. And the Bulls, they match up really well against the Celtics. The Celtics, their one weakness as a team is their rebounding. They struggle with rebounding the basketball. In Game 1, I believe the Chicago Bulls had around 20 offensive rebounds for the entire game against the Celtics.
Now
you can't do that and win a game. You can't do that.
And they have like you said, you said this to me. They have too many guards.
Too many.
And with them having too many guards, it pretty much shapes up their draft. This is why when people say Markelle Fultz to the Celtics, no, they have too many guards. If you add him, if they draft him, the guards you will have will be Thomas, Fultz, Smart, Bradley, Rozier. You have 5 guards. Like, are you serious? That's too many guards to have. And you have no low post help, like nobody in the paint. Except for Al Horford, but what is he? Like all-star talent? He's not a superstar talent.
And he's not really like a big. He's not really like a paint protector.
They need that scorer, and that like the Celtics. They're like if they're the mindset they should have going into the draft. For me, honestly,
big man,
not big man. They could probably draft that like in the second round. No, I don't think they should trade down.
Like, do you think they should draft Fultz and then trade?
Literally, what just popped in my head? You know what literally just popped in my head? That you said that. What if the Celtics traded that pick to the Pelicans for DeMarcus Cousins?
I could see that, but I think the Pelicans are going to give DeMarcus Cousins a shot.
Just think about it, though.
It sounds great.
It would definitely shake up the NBA.
Yeah.
Definitely shake it up. But if that's the case, it's likely, it likely won't happen. But the Celtics stuff, I'm the Celtics, I'll definitely try and draft Josh Jackson. You need another scorer. And the reason why
more wing players.
And the reason why I say that, the whole draft with the whole trading thing to the Pelicans, because you obviously need another scorer, and you obviously need somebody who's going to be dominant in the paint. Like, they don't have anybody dominant in the paint, and the only player that I can really only see playing with them and actually fitting with them is DeMarcus Cousins. I really doubt the Pelicans are going to trade Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, another point that I see that will really, play a big factor in all of this, if let's say that trade was to happen, the Celtics are a playoff team. What playoff team you really know gets pushed over the hump with a rookie? Never really happens.
Yeah. I
can't even remember the last time it actually happened. So basically, with the addition of DeMarcus Cousins, that team is taking off. Like, DeMarcus Cousins will give you 30 and 15 every single night consistently. He can do it.
Yep.
And it's just it's just something that I just thought about right now as we spoke. And the Pelicans can definitely use a point guard. They desperately need one. Desperately.
Because
they have Drew Holiday. They do have Drew Holiday, and he's an upcoming free agent, but he's not really that go-to point guard for them to really have.
Yeah.
He's injury prone. He can't stay healthy for a full year. 2, he's a free agent this upcoming season. And 3, they have the possibility of drafting Markelle Fultz. So, don't know.
I know. Sure. I mean, that would be a good idea. The Celtics,
I think it'll work both. I think it'll work good for both ends.
They need someone that can just rebound the ball and be a paint player,
a paint protector. And like I said, they need another scorer too.
Yes. That's what's hurting the Celtics as we speak, and that's why they're down 2-0 in the series. Mm-hmm. But anything else you want to talk about in the NBA playoffs, or are you ready to move on to the sorry Knicks fans around the world?
I want to move on to the sorry Knicks fans around the world, because when this trade for Derrick Rose happened, the signing of Courtney Lee and Joakim Noah coming over to the Knicks, all my Knicks fans were like, the Knicks are going to be a top 3 team. No, they're going to be top 5. They got Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, who could do all the dirty work. Okay, I'm just going to put it like this. Joakim Noah has not been the same player he was 3 years ago. He's not going to get back to it. Derrick Rose, come on. You serious? He's one step away. He's like Tony Romo.
One step away. Oh, my leg.
No, one step away. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That's just the way he plays too. That's just how he plays.
Yeah. And Derrick Rose is not the same Derrick Rose that we've seen because he's scared to injure himself again. And even when he doesn't try to injure himself, he injures himself anyway. So, there's no... You can't do anything.
Yeah.
You just can't get by. And you have Carmelo Anthony, who... I don't even want to get on Carmelo Anthony, man. I just don't know what this... You got Carmelo Anthony who's now cheating on his wife. He got a stripper 6 months pregnant. Well, he got a stripper pregnant. She's 6 months pregnant, and Lala Anthony and Carmelo just broke up. So Carmelo Anthony's going through it right now with his own personal issues. He's going through it. He's also going through it in the basketball world because we got Philly, the great Coach Jackson, pinpointing everything on him. And
when he is the one that is like the main charge for constructing the team.
Can I be honest with you? You know what I think all of this really is? I just think this goes to prove that Phil Jackson is not the great coach everybody thinks. And the reason why I say that, because you're this great coach. Let me do it like this real quick. A great coach to me, and the greatest basketball coach, I was about to say Phil Jackson, pardon me, Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich, for 2 decades and 2 generations, has done nothing but win. And he has won with different superstars. Okay? But I think there's a difference between Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich stood with one team, drafted these superstars, developed them, and rose off into the sunset. You want to use an example? Tim Duncan. Right now, Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
Before Tim Duncan, they had David Robinson. Okay? That's that. Phil Jackson, arguably, 2 of the best players to ever walk through basketball. Well, obviously one of them, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan will make everybody look like a great coach.
Yes.
Kobe Bryant. To me, Michael Jordan 2.0. Literally took Michael Jordan's game.
Yes. That was his role model,
Okay.
you can tell.
And then if you add the players that they were surrounded with, how can you not look like a great coach? How can you not look like a great coach when you got Shaq, arguably the best big man who ever walked through the game, with Kobe, Derek Fisher, Robert Horry. Then after that, you have
Paul Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom, even though before he went crazy.
Like, are you serious? And then with Jordan, and in Jordan's case, Ron Harper,
Rodman,
Pippen, Kukoc, Steve Kerr. And
we're probably forgetting somebody.
We're forgetting players, obviously, because this is before our time.
And this is first take, so we're just coming off the top of our heads.
So, and, I'm pretty sure those 2, great teams right there are going to make you look like a great coach. And obviously, we've seen where they went. And, how can you not say that then? So then, this right here, the whole thing that's going on, obviously, to me, looks like he's not a great coach. Not at all.
Phil Jackson, in my opinion, has to go from the New York Knicks. The Knicks have to get rid of him, and I believe they need to start over as a franchise. Phil Jackson, the only thing good he has done is draft Kristaps Porzingis with the 4th pick, even though at the time the fans were booing it. That is the only good thing that he has done with the Knicks. All these deals that he's had, all this stuff, they've all become busts. The Knicks are supposed to be apparently a playoff team. They're not even. They're a lottery team. They are not good.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, and he blames it all on Carmelo Anthony when he's the one that hires these coaches that have no idea what they're doing.
You know what I think it is? He's trying to still input the triangle offense when really the NBA is not made for the triangle offense anymore. Sorry, Phil, it's just not. You see, you're trying to prove a point where the triangle offense can be one of the deadliest offenses, but the way the NBA is now, you can't do it, and it's not gonna work. I mean, look what we see with the Knicks. Unless you have Jordan or Kobe, it's not gonna work. Sorry, Phil. You're not the greatest coach. You're not gonna be. In my eyes, you're not labeled as one of the greatest coaches. So that's just that to me.
Well, I would put him at one of the greatest, but the greatest.
I can't see it.
I mean, 11 chips speaks for itself.
It does, but when you got Kobe and Jordan,
I know.
If we were to coach Kobe and Jordan, we're guaranteed to win 11 chips too. We're gonna get 11 rings too. I'm pretty sure of that. I mean, that's just that to me.
I see what you're coming from, but I'm going to give him, and as a coach,
I see where you're coming from.
As an executive, he's awful. He needs to go.
Eric Spoelstra. He looked great when he had LeBron. Okay, but now that he don't have any superstar in his team. But look, you know why I label him as a good coach? Because he still made that run with the Heat. Still made it. Last season they had Dwayne Wade, but Dwayne Wade's knees a shot to hell. Still made the playoffs and beat the Raptors in the first round.
But lost to the Raptors in the second round. They beat.
They beat the Hornets in the first round.
I got your back.
And lost to the Raptors in the second round.
Without Chris Bosh either, who said over the weekend that he wants to play basketball again, but I just believe that his body is I put him like a Tiger Woods situation. In their minds, they want to play, they want to be great again, but their bodies are just telling them no. You just can't. And I agree, Eric Spoelstra is a very good coach. And like we saw, he loses LeBron, he loses Bosh, and they're a playoff team. This year, they just missed it. I mean, because this year they lost Wade, but they even had a run where they almost made the playoffs. They were the outside looking in. They finished with the same record, I believe, as the Bulls, but the Bulls held the tiebreaker, so the Heat didn't get in the playoffs. So Eric Spoelstra is a very good coach, very underrated. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to give Phil Jackson the credit. 11 championships do speak for itself. But as an executive, he needs to go. He is awful. If he thinks he can have the same success as an executive than he has as a coach, there's no. Go. He needs to get fired. I'm not even a Knicks fan, and that the New York City deserves a lot better. Because I know if this stuff was happening in Philadelphia, no.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, we would not be able to handle it.
Honestly, you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
I think somebody would have tried to make an attempted murder on Phil Jackson here in Philly. Somebody would have probably tried to snipe him or something. And I got a joke, but it's gonna be a cheesy joke.
All right, I'm ready to hear it.
You got our president, Donald Trump, dropping bombs on ISIS. So I think Trump should save one of those bombs and just drop it over Madison Square Garden. Because that organization is just shot to hell, completely done. They're a mess. I don't even think they know what direction they want to go in right now. Like I said in previous podcasts and in previous people, the Knicks are a team that have to rebuild, but are trying to avoid it at all cost. Don't want to go through it. Eventually, every NBA team is gonna have to go through a rebuilding process.
Yeah, and even the Lakers, they're going through their first rebuild ever.
Yes.
Because they're the one franchise that just got lucky. One superstar leaves, another one comes right back. And this is the first time we can say that the Lakers, do they have a superstar on their team? This is the first time in my lifetime that I've been able to say the Lakers do not have a superstar on their team. Because throughout my life, we've seen Kobe. Past lives, they had Magic, they had Kareem, Shaq, everybody. First time ever, the Lakers are going through rebuild. So instead of trying to avoid it, Knicks, you got to have it. You got to have a rebuild. You have Porzingis. He's a starting point. So it's not like you're like the Brooklyn Nets that don't even have draft picks in the future. Like, you have your draft picks. Find talent around Kristaps Porzingis and start from there. That's pretty much what I have to say about the Knicks. How about you, Dante?
Like I said, President Trump throw a bomb over Madison Square Garden.
That bomb's going to swoop
Swoop through the sky. And what? That was the weakest.
Yeah, I
It
know.
was the weakest bomb explosion ever. But yeah, it was a little bit better.
A little bit better.
But they need to do something with that organization.
Yeah.
Like, they need to get rid of Phil. They need to get rid of Carmelo. They need to get rid of Rose. They need to get rid of Noah. They need to get rid of the owner. They get rid of everybody except for Porzingis. Porzingis is your only hope, if you ask me. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's my opinion, too. Anything else you want to talk about, or are you ready to wrap this up?
Your boy's coming tomorrow, right?
Yeah, my boy is
Your
coming
boy's coming
tomorrow.
We're going to have this show-off between my boy Kyrie and his boy John Wall, and why he thinks John Wall is better than Kyrie. So for all our listeners, y'all might... Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Josh, you might want to get a couple bodyguards between me and him.
Nah, he's bringing his boys up here, so it's going to be fun. We're all going to talk sports. It's going to be fun.
I ain't got to get public safety, right?
Nah, you don't need public safety.
Right.
I mean,
I'm telling
Wizards
you,
fan, man.
I'm telling you, man. I ain't trying, you know what I'm saying, throw no shots or nothing like that. But your boy, he going to get murdered.
He's going to get murdered.
He going to step into something he should have never stepped into. He should have just let me be, but he didn't want to do it. Now he going to have to receive this. He going to have to receive this whooping. A nice old-fashioned whooping.
So stay tuned for tomorrow.
Stay tuned, everybody. It will be uploaded tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. And again, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at Swoop Podcast _. And show friends, show family. We need to show abuelo. You gotta get my Spanish in there.
Abuelita, abuelo, they go listen. El Swoop Podcast.
And this is Josh and Dante signing off.
Swoop.
Swoop!